Hi guys, it's Karen here for Her Campus Nottingham, and today I'm going to talk to you about why I think you should do a year abroad. So I spent my second year in China. I was there for 9 months, and it was the most insightful year that I've ever had in my life, even though I'm only 21 and I'll probably have more experiences in my life. But up to this present day, that was the most insightful year that I've had in my life. So I've got a few reasons here why I think it is beneficial for anyone to do a year abroad. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of go through the benefits. So you gain transferable skills for the workplace that you wouldn't necessarily think you're gaining. Companies now are looking for individuals who are adaptable, who are risk takers, who like to do things out of their comfort zones. And from you doing a year abroad, that shows that to them, it indicates to them that you're that kind of person, because you'll be living in an environment which makes you very, very different, because you have to adapt to the new culture. So it's a very good way for you to build your transferable skills that would be useful to the workplace. And it also makes you stand out from the crowd, from people who just do the standard extracurricular stuff. You've lived a year somewhere else, it's invaluable. It's so precious that you have that experience behind you, and employers look at it and they value it so much. So another reason is build your network of people on the worldwide scale. So whilst I was out in China, I was able to meet people from Asia, from Africa, from Australia, and it just helps you. It's beneficial if you know people in loads and loads of different countries. For example, I have a friend in Vietnam, so anytime I need to go to Vietnam, I could just go and stay with this friend. Anytime I need to go to Australia, I can go and stay with a friend that I've made who lives in Australia. So that's the kind of things that you should be, you're able to do whilst you're on a year abroad. And they invite you to their country and you get to see the world, and it's kind of cheaper for you to do that as well from if you just stayed in hostels and stuff. So another reason is, and I think this is probably the reason why I enjoyed my year abroad the most, is because you get to travel. So during the holidays when I was in China, I got to travel to Asia, I got to travel to all different cities in China, and it's also very, very cheap. So for example, I went to Thailand for £200, which in the UK I think it's £750 to go there. So it's pretty amazing how cheap it is to be able to go to places because it's closer. So it just is helpful for you. So for example, if you went to somewhere, I don't know, if you went to America, you could go to South America for so much for a lower cost than if you were in the UK. So that's also another reason. Another reason that I have of why a year abroad is so beneficial is because it helps your language skills. So in first year I learnt Mandarin, and I didn't really get to practice it with people because the majority of my friends will speak English in the UK. So I didn't really get to practice it with people. But when you're out there, I got myself a language buddy. When I went to the shops, I was speaking to people in Chinese. My lecturers, I was speaking to them in Chinese, and my Chinese improved. I think just from the first 3 months being there, my Chinese improved. It surpassed the year that I'd spent learning Chinese in first year. So that's also a very, very good reason of why you should do a year abroad. And I'd say finally, I think this is a really, really thing that I value a lot from my year abroad, is it makes you culturally aware of the world. And I think sometimes from living in the UK, you get yourself into this Western bubble, and you don't forget about other countries, but you just don't acknowledge that other countries are different. And I think when you go to countries which are so different from the UK, it just makes you much more aware of what's going on in the world. It makes you much more, it makes you much more of a sociable person, I think, in some respects, that you can kind of integrate, you can mix with a wider range of people. So yeah, those are kind of my reasons of why I think you should do a year abroad. But if you have any more questions, you're thinking of doing one, you can just email the Her Campus team, and I'll get back to you. Or you can tweet us, or post a comment on our Facebook page. So yeah, that's my tips for why you should do a year abroad. Speak to you soon, guys. Bye.